You can see over there, I am surrounded by so many deer and they are all roaming freely here. I think this is probably the only place in India where deer can roam this freely. (1857) में जब इंडियन सोल्जर्स ब्रिटिशर्स के अगेंस्ट आवाज उठाने लगे, उस आवाज को सप्रेस करने के लिए ब्रिटिशर्स इंडियंस को जेल में डालने लगे और उन्हें ब्रूटली मारने लगे। जब इंडियन जेल्स भर गई तब उन्होंने सोचा, far from the mainland of India, let's create a penal colony, and that's how Ross Island was discovered, जो बिल्कुल समुंदर से घिरा हुआ है, and the only way to get here is Port Blair. I am at Andaman's abandoned island, जो सबसे छोटा है, ranging only 0.3 square kilometers, और एक वक्त पर ये अंडमान का कैपिटल हुआ करता था। पर जितना छोटा ये आइलैंड है, उतनी ही बड़ी इसकी हिस्ट्री है। वेलकम टू रॉस आइलैंड इन अंडमान। रॉस आइलैंड जाने के लिए एक ही तरीका है, एंड दैट इज बाय कैचिंग अ फेरी from the Aberdeen jetty, which is in Port Blair. The island is only 3 kilometers away from Port Blair. In fact, you can see right behind me, that's the island. 10 minutes की journey है ये, and the cost of the ticket is 370 rupees for both ways. But the boat ride is extremely relaxing और यहाँ से आप रॉस आइलैंड का panoramic view enjoy कर सकते हैं। Wow, the island is so peaceful and quiet with beautiful walkways and several abandoned structures. जब Britishers यहाँ आए, they literally built a small town for themselves, and they also had all means of entertainment for themselves. They had clubs, tennis court, badminton court, you name it, and they had it. But they were definitely missing the game hunting that was there in mainland India. So they got species of deer here. One was hawk deer, one was spotted deer. So hawk deers couldn't survive here for long, but the dotted deer, because of the absence of a natural predator, इनकी population बहुत बढ़ गई है. And as you can see over there, I am surrounded by so many deer and they are all roaming freely here. I think this is probably the only place in India where deer can roam this freely. This used to be the Juniors Officers Club. काफी सारी recreational activities भी हुआ करती थी यहाँ पर। यहाँ पर एक छोटा सा cafeteria है that serves both veg and non-veg food. There are also a lot of small vendors who offer fresh coconut water or mango juice. Staying at this island is not allowed by the government. इसीलिए यहाँ पर रहने के लिए कोई होटल नहीं है। The island opens for tourists at 9 a.m. and closes at 3 p.m. Although ये जेल बंद हो चुका था in the year 1937, the Britishers continued to live here till 1941. और ठीक एक साल बाद, during World War II, the Japanese troops came and took over this island. A lot of Britishers fled away from this island, and in fact, कुछ Britishers को तो यहीं पर prisoner बनाकर रखा था. 3 साल बाद, till 1945, the Britishers came back and took over the island, but soon after the independence, this island was left abandoned till 1979, till the Indian Navy came and took over. यहाँ पर एक hidden and secret spot है that most people miss out on, but we were successful in exploring and reaching there. The vast expanse of the sea and the view of Port Blair looked fantastic from here. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. So tucked away in a corner of Ross Island is a beautiful ferry beach. ये ज़्यादातर visitors को मिलता नहीं है क्योंकि ये main entrance से काफ़ी दूर है और काफ़ी walk करना पड़ता है. But the minute you reach here, it seems like a perfect place to sit down and relax. In fact, 2004 के सुनामी की वजह से इस बीच का काफ़ी कुछ हिस्सा वॉश अवे हो चुका था. अभी सिर्फ एक small strip ही बचा है, but nevertheless, it is gorgeous. There's also a beautiful lighthouse there. to talk about the freedom of India, there's one leader that you definitely have to mention is Netaji Subash Chandra Bose. और interestingly, आज़ाद हिंद फौज ने Andaman and Nicobar Islands को British rule से मुक्त करवाया था. And to pay respect to his soul, Ross Island has now been renamed as Netaji Subash Chandra Bose Island in the year 2018 by the government of India. Wow, बड़ा मज़ा आ रहा है यहाँ बैठकर and enjoy the view of the endless ocean. मुझे तो बड़ा मज़ा आया to know about the history and culture of India. I hope you also enjoyed traveling with me and knowing so much more about the Ross Island. If you enjoyed watching, please remember to like, share and subscribe to Curly Tales.